Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayana Namaskritya Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vatsatato Jalamutire Asvaparesa Bhadeshu Nityam Bhagavata Sirve Bhagavati Uttamastoke Bhakti Bhavaiti. Nice to be continuation of Lord Rishabhadev's teachings. Lord Rishabhadev's teachings and Prahlada's instructions and prayers. They are always very wonderful, wonderful slokas, wonderful instructions. So today's text 5, Parabhavastawa abodhajato yavana jigyasata atmatattvam yavat kriyastawa idam mana vai kabat makan yena sarira bandha. So what for translation? Parabhavaha. Please I'm responsible to repeat. Parabhavaha. Defeat.
Defeat.
Defeat means misery.
Misery.
Tawat. So long.
So long.
Abodhajataha.
Abodhajataha.
Produced from ignorance.
Produced from ignorance.
Yawat.
Yawat.
As long as.
As long as.
Na.
Na.
Not.
No.
Jigyasati.
Jigyasati.
Inquiries about.
Inquiries about.
Atmatattva.
Atmatattva.
The truth of the self.
The truth of the self.
Yawat.
Yawat.
As long as.
As long as.
Kriyaha.
Kriyaha.
Fruitive activities.
Fruitive activities.
Tawat.
Tawat.
So long.
So long.
Idam.
Idam.
This.
This.
Manaha.
Manaha.
Mind.
Mind.
Vai.
Right.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Kam. Atmakam.
Kama.
Absorbed in material activities.
Absorbed in material activities.
Yena.
Yena.
By which.
By which.
Sarira bandha.
Sarira bandha.
Bondage in this material body.
Bondage in this material body.
So translation and purport by Divine Grace is confirmatory. Srila Abhacha Naveen Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Maharaj Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. As long as one does not inquire about spiritual values of life, one is defeated and subjected to miseries arising from ignorance. Be it sinful or pious, karma has its resultant actions. If a person is engaged in any kind of karma, his mind is called karma atmaka. Call out a fruitive activity. As long as the mind is impure, consciousness is unclear, and as long as one is absorbing fruitive activity, he has to accept a material body. Please can I respond to repeat? As long as one does not inquire about spiritual values of life, one is defeated and subjected to miseries arising from ignorance. Be it sinful or pious, karma has its resultant actions. If a person is engaged in any kind of karma, his mind is called karma atmaka. Call out with fruitive activity. As long as the mind is impure, consciousness is unclear. And as long as one is absorbed in fruitive activity, has to accept a material body.
He has to accept the material body.
Report. Generally, people think that one should act very piously in order to be relieved from misery. But this is not a fact. Even though one engages in pious activities, and speculation, he is nonetheless defeated. His only aim should be emancipation from the clutches of Maya and all material activities. Speculative knowledge and pious activities do not solve the problems of material life. One should be inquisitive to understand his spiritual position. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita 4:37, Yatadansi Samido Mi Baskasa Kurtetu Gyanagni Sapakamani Baskasa Kurtetita. As a blazing fire turn firewood to ashes, O Arjuna, so does the fire of knowledge burn to ashes all reactions to material activities. Unless one understands the self and its activities, one has to be considered in material bondage. In Srimad Bhagavatam 10:2-32, it is also said, Ye Ravidaksha Vimukta Tawasa Baba, I will soon the Buddha. A person who doesn't have a knowledge of devotional service may think himself liberated. But actually he is not. Arya Krishna Parampadanta Patatya Da Yusman and just people may approach the impersonal Brahman effortless, but they fall down again into material enjoyment because they have no knowledge of devotional service. As long as one is interested in karma and jnana, he continues enduring the mysteries of material life. But old age, disease, and Kami certainly take on one body after another, as far as jnanis are concerned, unless they are promoted to the topmost understanding, they must return to the material world, as explained in the Bhagavad Gita 7:19. Chapter 7, text 19. Bhavana Janamante Gyanavam Mam Padyante. The point is to know Krishna. Vasudeva has everything and surrender unto him. Kamis do not know this, but a devotee who is 100% engaged in the devotional service of the Lord knows fully what is karma and jnana. Therefore, a pure devotee is no longer interested in karma or jnana. Anya vilasita sunyam jnana karmandi anavritanam. The real bhakta is untouched by any tinge of karma and jnana. His only purpose in life is to serve the Lord. Om Gyanat Visyav, Gyanat Savara, Sakshu, Time, Gyan, this time. Sigur Gyan. So Chaitanya, all this time. Stafetam, Gyan Bhuti. Swayam, Rupam Kadam, Dadati Swara, Padanta. Boundlessly Krishna, Chaitanya, Nityananda, so called. What a higher Chaitanya. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Manchakalpataribhyacha, Vipasnanjaya, Mukam Karoti Vachalam, So these instructions are very insightful. Not only insightful, but they are also very relevant to our everyday growth, to our everyday devotional reality. So, in this text and purport, there's a clear distinction between a pure devotee who is engaged in 10% service of the Lord and those who are simply engaged in fruitive activities and jnana. Now, even for the devotee, when the mind has become polluted, or the mind has become pathological, and that pathology is rooted in fruitive intentions, that type of service is Kama Mishra Bhakti. Kama Mishra Bhakti. There is a mixture of devotion with fruitive intention, fruitive activity. Results on gain. What is for me? What is for the Lord? So, fruitive activities, Prabhupada basically, as one knows several times, we have to be careful. We should not use the Lord to make a business. And this is going on in the whole world. People use God to make a business. Why is God to make a business? Because it's very easy to lure people into it. Traditionally, everyone has some inclination towards God. So when people hear about God, they become attracted, no matter who is talking to. But some of the people have bad intentions. What is that bad intention? Fruitive intentions. They want to use God to make a business. They want to use God to feed their bellies. They want to use God to create estates. They want to use God's name to buy a plane. Bet for themselves. Huh? So, this is fruitive activity. Worship of God should not be tinged with any fruitive activity. It should be purely based on Anya Vilasita Sunyam Jnana Kama Vyanavata. The giving up of fruitive intentions and speculative ideologies is what constitutes pure devotional service. And that mindset should be purely focused on the lovable object, Krishna. So, if you make an assessment of the whole world, religious people, either one, in most cases people are tinged, consciousness is tinged with jnana, speculative ideologies, or karma. One other point is also people's consciousness is tinged with mystic desire. They want to become powerful. They want to pass through this world without a crack. They want to become lighter than the lightest. They want that anything they need, they just put out their hand and then they grab it. What about all of the energies, the illusory energies, they want to use the illusory energy for their enjoyment by dint of mystical affection. But a devotee of the Lord, a pure devotee of the Lord, is not interested. Lord Krishna mentions in his instructions to Uddhava on the mystic powers. He said that these mystic powers, they detract the living entity from devotion. Therefore, the devotee is not interested in jnana. He's not interested in jnana Mishra Bhakti. He's not interested in Kama Mishra Bhakti. He's not interested in also development of mystic power. If the Lord endows him with those powers, He only utilizes this in the sense. So, the point is, Rishabhadev is the best of devotional professors. Everybody's tools is poison. Rishabhadev's tools, the order, the scent is more than that of, what do you call it? Sandalwood. So it doesn't person. No, who wants to associate with stool? A splitter. But he's a splitter. The order is more than that of sandalwood. Because it's not part of this arena, it's not part of this spiritual arena. Composed of Bhumi, Apanala, Vaya, Kam, Mana, Buddhi, Ahankar. Therefore, his teachings are not tinged with any karmic mindset or jnana. Not even tinged with mystic, the desire for mystic perfection. It just is an open book of objectivity. When you teach what is there as it is, it becomes powerful. And it can affect people. So this Rishabhada's teachings, they are very effective in transforming the conditioned soul. In fact, when people come from the devotional side, especially the training of brahmachari, the teachings of Rishabhadeva are very, very powerful. You know, we use those teachings to those teachings are used in part of the cause for brahmacharya training. Rishabhadeva's teachings. Rishabhadeva, Nanda Muni, Prahlad. Yeah, very powerful teachings. So here, it is mentioned that Prabhupada mentions in the purport that unless we become fixed 100% in devotional service, unless our mind is devoid of fruitive intention, unless our mind is devoid of jnana, jnana yoga or speculative ideas, and we will take another body again. That's not good. To take another body is not good. Sometimes people think, take another body, there's nothing wrong with it. But there's something wrong with it. Because at the time that you don't expect the body starts disappointing you. Yeah. And sometimes people cry. Why? Why me? This body is a bad bargain. So much of mysteries that accompany this body. This body is just a bag of mysteries. It's a lump of ignorance. Sarira. Avidya jar. That is how this body is described. This is not pessimism. Don't misquote this aspect. It's not pessimism because it's just giving us an insight of reality. Who hasn't got disappointed with his body? You're getting old, then so many different types of diseases just start cropping up from nowhere. This, that. And of course, some people, they pray for long life. This is ignorant of material existence. You pray for long life means, I want to live up to 100 years, 120, 150. But to do what? Just to suffer. But the conditioned life is amazing. Pashyana pina pashyati. People see how everyone else is suffering and I pray for, long life. I want to live 150 years, 120 years. And then you become so helpless that other people have to determine determine your everyday reality. People have to carry you to the toilet. People have to carry you to the clinic. And yet they are praying to God for long life. What type of illusion is this? So, and whether we like it or not, we will get old. And the diseases will come. Someone is very young, their bodies are very vibrant. They think, wow, let me enjoy this body to the fullest. It's only one lifetime. It's just one round, that's finished. But it's not true, it's not only one lifetime. It's not only one lifetime. Whatever we do with these bodies, Brother mentioned, the reactions are there. Whether pious or impious, we are bound to get some act. It's a chain of action and reaction. Yeah? So someone is very pious. He's doing so much of good works, building up hospitals, which is good. Providing food for the poor, providing houses for the poor, is good. These are pious activities. But yet, in the next life, you come to reap the results. It doesn't take you anywhere. It doesn't take you out of the material universe. It is only activities in devotional service that can facilitate our emancipation from the clutches of bed to bed. So sometimes people invest their energies, their resources, their time, their life in serving Krishna, and other people are just thinking, they're just foolish. They're wasting their life. So we will see who is wasting his life. Who is wasting his life? Yeah? So, the point is that Lord Krishna is the best of friends. He is the caretaker of everyone. He is the lover of everyone. And He has given us a chance to get out from this material world. And that chance is enhanced by becoming involved or by participating in devotional service. That chance is enhanced by devotional service. So if someone is taken to Krishna consciousness, despite all of the challenges in their life, then that person's life will be glorious. Because to function as a devotee, even to integrate several activities with devotional sadhana is such a challenging thing. So we need the emotional support of others. Yeah, it's very challenging. I remember when I was a young guy, and I was working with the judiciary, and before I met devotees, and I read the books for only 2 months. So I just said, well, it can't work. I can't do this and this job. I said, because if I have to do something, I want to do it really thoroughly, meticulously. So I just decided, it won't work. Because I was not skilled with integrative skills. I was not having it. So then I decided, better to do it for me. So but then, it's not required that everyone has to give up a job. Lord Chaitanya's associates, they were all gymnastics. But they were so staunch in their devotion. And therefore, there are a number of examples. Even the Pandavas, they were not sannyasis, they were not brahmacharis. Pandava. Was any one of the Pandavas a brahmachari or sannyasi? Huh? Babu Rajarishi? No. Yeah! But Krishna was living with them. Huh? Krishna was their messenger. See the power of devotion. Yeah. So, whatever status we find ourselves, we can always perfect our existence through devotional service. So here in this text, it is mentioned, a warning is given to people who are ignorant of the real purpose of life. Life is meant for our spiritual inquiries, Atata Brahma Jigyasa. If we're investing the whole of our energies in making only material inquiries, that's not very good. For making material inquiries, good. We should also make spiritual inquiries, devotional inquiries. We should also invest our energies in devotional service. And the challenge is that integrative principle. We have to develop high integrative skills. I don't want to make this, use this example. You see, if you are doing calculus, say if you're doing calculus in the university calculus, especially graduate calculus, it's so difficult. And even as a section of calculus that deals with integration. That is one of the most difficult areas in calculus. And to integrate devotional sadhana or to integrate devotional service with our secular obligation, whether school or job, and no one is just doing only one job there. Because if you're working, also you have another work to maintain your family. You have to manage your family. You're doing some job in your office, but you have another job to manage your family. And then you have another job to manage your senses and your mind, to manage your emotions. So no one is really doing only a single job. But to integrate all of these jobs with devotion will be very challenging. Because integration in itself is a very difficult thing. So if we understand that what we're dealing with is a difficult project, then it calls for caution and more attention, more effective management of time, more responsibility. And the onus is lying on us. We can't say, well, it is so difficult, so Krishna, it was so difficult, so I couldn't make it. I didn't have the time. I had to manage my family, manage my job, then I have my mind, my senses, my emotions to manage. Krishna, it was so difficult, so I couldn't do it. Krishna is not going to listen to us on that. Because others have done it, he's expecting us to do it. So, ignorance is not an excuse, and even for the Gyanis, those who are speculators, they simply end up merging in the Brahman effulgence. And so Lord Brahma himself said, these people, sometimes they think that, oh, no, I'm merging to Brahman. And they think that I am liberated. Brahma calls them, he refers to them as Vimukta Marina, liberation of mind. In other words, wishful thinking. So that is where the text in the Prabhupada put many references to that. Brahma said, you're thinking that they're liberated, but they're not. Why? Patantia God, they will fall back again. Patantia Ada. They fall back again to responsibility. Never mind, they are mentioned the Brahman effulgence. Very soon, they'll be fed up because there is no interaction there. If even you have the richest man, you're filthy or whatever, and you have a very wonderful mansion, and you look at yourself in the mansion, very soon you get tired. You want to associate with people? This is the nature of the living entity. And therefore, we should associate with the devotees of the Lord. Why? So that we can become enlightened. And for what? We will become enlightened so that we will be able to figure out those anantas that are proper in the fields of our mind. And what are those ananta? Karma, jnana. So that is very recently dealt with in this very text and important. It is mentioned here, as long as the mind is impure, consciousness is unclear. As long as one is absorbed in fruitive activity, he has to accept material body. So the whole idea is to be gradually cleansed from fruitive intentions and to come to the platform. Ultimately, come to the platform. I am the last person. Jnana, Kaman, Nama. Any comments or questions? Yes, sir.
Imagine the beginning you said fruitive intention, many people like to make a business out of God.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that, isn't it that sometimes they don't deliberately do that, but they become a religious leader just maybe innocently in ignorance? Is it that someone may get into it, calculate this, use God to be prosperous and so on. But isn't it that sometimes people don't deliberately do it, although it is wrong or it includes a lot of ignorance in it? But isn't it that sometimes they could be innocently going down that path?
Yeah, there are two things. There's a deliberate action, advent and inadvertent. Advertent and inadvertent actions. Advertent means that you're planning. You know, this is your goal, this is your target. It becomes your vision. Your vision, that's your vision statement. Your vision and your goal. And you prosecute it. And then you achieve the results. But in the case of inadvertent action, it is like an accident. You encounter all of this stuff, and it's just that you don't know how to dovetail it to the service of the Lord. It becomes your property. It becomes for you. I am the enjoyer. Ishwaruham, I'm Bogi. I control everything. Now I have to enjoy. So both ways, it happens in both ways. The one that is planned, like some people, they form an organization, a church or a mosque or whatever. The idea is to get a big congregation to make money. And then another person may not have that type of intention. They just want to serve the community. But then the resources are coming. People and money is coming. He gets bewildered. And then he begins to use the money for himself or for herself. There's no accountability. And all of the resources that are coming is supposed to be invested in serving the society or the community. But then he uses it to serve himself. So this happens sometimes. And that's not sometimes even the government intervenes in some cases like that. Yeah, so both cases are there. You're correct. Both cases are there, and the conscience will also be careful because ignorance is not an excuse of the law. The major point that is stressed here is that if we do things out of ignorance, we get absorbed and lose the energy out of ignorance. Consciousness is going to be polluted. And when a person is polluted, we go down the drain. Very easily we go down the drain. Therefore, when we are dealing with the material energy or material resources, we have to maintain a psychological space. Psychological space means this thing I'm dealing with could be because of my downfall. Therefore, we know for whom the respect is due, for whom the resources have to be used. Yeah, it's very intricate, subtle and sometimes really gross. So, and then in most cases, people don't really have guidance because they feel that they know. And then a mind without control, there is no rudiment in terms of, regimentation, in terms of, what to do every day to control themselves or to purify their mind. Nothing. It's just money, 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 money. And then, you think of how to enjoy the money. This is the point. Any other comments or questions?
My brother said about your statements and then his inquiry. Now, in this country, thousands of books are distributed in this country by with his efforts and the president and about it. Distribute so many books, so you know how to sell them. So, when someone buys, I think, a book, and thousands of books in this country, is it that really people, because even if they always involved in, the Mandir, no carnival, it's very rampant in this country. 44 every principles and self-gratification, the kind of stuff. Is it that these book distribution and is it that even if they're not serious in reading the books and they just touch it once in a while?
The books probably depends. These books are like time bomb. Someone may even buy the book, I may not even read it. His or her grandchild may be the one to benefit from it. And so, it's all good to distribute the books. Never mind, well, we are not seeing people becoming transformed overnight, but it is affecting people's hearts. Yeah, so, it's like disseminating a particular type of energy. People get affected. If someone has cancer, you see him walking around doing every other thing very strongly, But with some years, he dies. Huh? So, in a similar way, the books, it's like, they look inactive. But just like, the Bhagavatam, for instance, you see, this is the book Bhagavad. So, someone buys Bhagavatam said, whatever, he has invited the Lord in his house, or her house. You tell me what is going to happen in the future. This is it. This is the power of these books. Because Krishna is absolute, is not different from his words, and the Bhagavatam, which is glorifying Krishna and his devotees, is not different from Krishna. That is one of the recitations we make each time we want to give a class. This book is the personal. This is the book Bhagavad, the Supreme Lord in the form of the book. So if someone takes the Supreme Lord into his house, what happens? Whether he likes it or not. With time, he's going to burn off his simple desires. And in the take of devotional service. I remember one of my friends, he's a mathematics professor. He told me a story how he's from Africa. He told me a story how his older brother, who been living in the U.S. for several years, citizen in the U.S. So the older brother met the devotees, he bought Bhagavatam. He read it. He felt that his younger brother would be interested. So he sent a copy to him. So, you know what happened? The mathematics professor became a devotee. So Brahmin now. So this is how the books work. And he said, I go to that country, himself and one of the professors, they are the ones who arrange for my academic programs and all this. So the books, you cannot underestimate the power of these books. They're very transformative. A number of us became interested in Krishna consciousness because we read books, we read Radha books. So to distribute the books, there is no loss of diminution. We always stand together. There is a lot of evidence fact that book distribution is not something to underestimate, because it's like an undetonated atomic bomb. Some of